want that. I can speak from experience.
Yeah.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome to the POS podcast. It is episode 156. We're gonna talk about a bunch of things. Tom's here, and it's his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
Yes, Tommy. Woo!
Back in my day, you sold art on paper, not on the blockchain.
Back in my day, you had to pay for text messages. I got into an argument with my younger family who didn't know this. It's like,
you had to pay for a talk and text.
Yeah, and they were like, "No, you didn't." I was like, "Yes, I was there, Gandalf.
Yeah.
I was there for that."
You had to pay for minutes?
Minutes.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
You had to pay for minutes. And
Do you remember how for a while it was you have your talk and text that you had to pay for a certain amount of minutes and a certain amount of text, but you had unlimited data because no phones use data. As soon as it became data, it's like, oh god, data's so expensive, guys. We got to charge by the gig. But talk and text, that's free. And just almost, I feel like I'm reading between the lines here. I'm picking up what you're putting down a little bit.
Right? Yes. Absolutely insane.
Can't bandwidth be unlimited?
It's so silly.
Not for the peasants.
No, this is
the peasants out there. The absolute peasant.
Jax doesn't know. He's in the 7. He's in the 2 comma club. He's with the 7 figures. You know, he doesn't know. He doesn't know how the rest of us do anymore.
Ha ha ha, Tom.
But yeah, you've joined Club 33.
It sucks.
Saber and
don't
Race.
like it.
Fucking shit! Don't fall.
I'll be next month.
Run while you still can.
But anyway, what have you been up to?
Packing. My whole life.
I don't see anything
in
there.
3 days. Yeah, all my books that used to be back there are gone. All my games are gone. I'm on my laptop. I had to buy a laptop because I'm not going to have a computer until Virginia, whenever that pans out. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I do see Godzilla back there.
Yeah, it's there's a small couple boxes still over there that I'm taking because I have to move to my sister's house temporarily. So I'm going to just chill on her couch for a while until we get our shit sorted, allegedly.
Yeah, chill out, Max, relax, all cool.
Yeah. I'm not going to be shooting any b-ball, though, unfortunately. I'm white. I got no game.
But you're
also
tall.
Very cold right now.
It is fucking cold. It sucks. Don't like it.
It's medium here. It starts off very cold in the mornings, and then the midday, it's medium. It fluctuates over here. Yeah. So it's not freezing yet or anything.
Jax, what about you? Been up to?
I hit 500K, so I'm thinking of a video for that. Thank you. Just working on video ideas, stuff like that. There's this big thing I've been working on because it's been on Twitter, and what's funny is everyone's just been tagging me in it, so I'm just doing a big video on that. It's just who's the best anime fighter if they were all humans and something like that. So that was fun to go back and analyze who would win realistically. So that's cool. Working on that. Dealing with a ton of delusional people on TikTok with other stuff with how there are just certain things with versus battles where I don't take them seriously, how dare you say this, but there's some things where I'm just I don't understand your mentality for saying this character would win. Something I keep seeing all the time is they're trying to take these human level characters and say they can beat these superpower characters. Someone was trying to say that this fighter guy who's a very strong fighter from one show could solo My Hero Academia because he's a really strong fighter. I was just Shigaraki would dust his ass. It doesn't matter. As soon as you connect, it's what? And they just were not understanding that. So that's been fun, doing videos on that. But for the most part, I've just been chilling. Just chilling. Yes.
Cool. The last podcast, I didn't mention it while we were having it because I didn't know how long it was gonna happen. But the Saturday before the last podcast, my cat went missing. My cat Salem, it ran out when my dad had left the door open. And or not left the door open, but he was just going out and Salem just jolted out.
Oh damn.
So he was missing for like 2 weeks. But we were able to capture him using a cat trap because we were able to. I bought one of these outdoor camera things. To see some like cats or animals like coming to the front porch and eating some cat food because we left some cat food out and something was eating it. So we had to figure out like what was eating it, and there were a couple of cats that came by, and one of them happened to be Salem. So we set up a trap that we borrowed from a neighbor, and we were able to capture him, and we got him back on Thursday night. So
has he been chill?
Has he just been like? Yeah, he's been chill. He's been like sleeping in my bed.
Okay.
So that's good. He lost a lot of weight though. He was missing for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
How did you know it was Salem? That was because like there are black cats out
there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of black cats around here too. But Salem has a very distinct look to him, where his tail is very thin compared to other black cats. And also it's just the way his facial structure, especially when you have like your own pet, you kind of can figure out identify
you
their
were
face.
tweeting like, yeah, he's meowing way more than usual. I'm like, what, just some random ass black cat who's just like, upgrade, let's do it.
Yeah. And also just the way that he like he'll like headbutt my hand and also like lick my hand. So not all cats like will just do that. Patches, he doesn't lick my hand at all.
Okay.
And also, I could just tell by like the way his paws look too, and like when on the camera when I could tell, with his paws hadn't been like trimmed or anything. So,
did you get him his chip or anything like that yet?
I haven't got him chipped yet. I'm gonna figure out an appointment to like have both of them. Chipped, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. He's back. That's good. Like crazy motherfucker. Like, because it's weird. Like it's so crazy to me how cats can like go out like that and then like they come back. Because like I just saw someone the other day. I think it was like Barbara Dunkelman from like Rooster Teeth. So, like she was talking to a friend and their cat had been gone for like 6 months and then just came back. And it was the exact same cat, and they checked and got the blood work. It's just like that's crazy. How it's just like, oh yeah, we're predators. We'll fuck up the environment. Yeah, not like that. just fucking eat all the mice. Well, no rats because they're outside. So yeah, crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, he's fine. He's been chilling. He was meowing a lot when he came back in because like he was just kind of like shocked about the being trapped and everything, and then he was going around the house and like smelling everything. So. But he's calmed down now.
That's good.
But anyway, Saber should be here in a bit.
That means 30 minutes. So
yeah. he said like 15 minutes after. It's like 30 minutes after.
Okay. So this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna come in. He's gonna like talk for a bit. Then he's gonna go away for a second. Then he's gonna come back. And then he's going to turn off his camera. And then he's going to like just be like, I'm here. And then he'll like sort of. I love Saber, but you know how he does.
This is going to be like, I got to go. Lammy's acting up. I got to go take care of Lammy.
Lammy shit on his hand over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. He'll talk about it when he gets here. Like while he was driving too. Like Lammy had diarrhea.
Oh, on his lap? Oh, fuck! Oh, dude. That is terrible. I mean, good thing Saber is like a calm driver, but shit, like, just shit.
Literally.
Literally. Damn.
Oh, all right. Anyway, we'll go ahead and go to the topics. If you want to ask questions, you can use a super chat or ask us on Twitter. We'll answer those on the second half of the show. We don't have too much to talk about, so we did start late though, so we'll see how much time we have. All right, first topic. Let's talk about. Well, actually, I think only one of us have seen it.
Sadly.
Yeah, Jax. How was Eternals?
Okay, so I'm gonna start this off because I want to say this. I keep seeing a bunch of hyperbolic statements about this movie saying, oh, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And the fact that you don't like it just means you're not intelligent enough to like it. It's just like, okay, average. Here's my non-biased opinion. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that they try to go with the Eternals. I like Angelina Jolie's character a lot. There's this deaf girl who's a speedster. I like her. There's this guy called Gilgamesh who punches and cooks, and he's really sweet and nice, like him. Look beautiful. Film looks amazing, spectacular. There's a bunch of stuff like that. But I'm gonna be real with you, that shit is a 2.5 hour fucking movie, and it drags so bad. Like, it is just so like, I've rarely ever do this, but like, I remember I was in the first 40 minutes and I started noticing myself doze off, and I was fine. Like, I was just like, what the hell's going on? I'm just not invested in these characters. I'm not. Like, the thing is, to be completely fair, I've never cared about the Eternals comic books. Like, I've liked them interacting with people, but I don't like them. I've never cared for them by themselves. I just haven't. And so, like, for the movie, I was like, it's okay. It's fine. Like, it's not like there's a bunch of stuff where they're trying to be like super heavy, and it's like goes away from like the Marvel formula of what they're doing. And that can be like a blessing to some, but also a bit of a hindrance to some. But like, it just was the fact that it was so long and dragging. I had to leave and go and come back in. And there's just so much stuff that I did not care about. And I was doing that thing where, like I said before, my mouth was getting super dry. And I was like, I am bored. I am tired. I want to get out of this here. Because like, the thing is this, if a movie is fucking terrible, you can laugh at how bad it is. You can be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is so bad. I got to do this. If a movie is just okay, and you're like stuck here, and it's just like, it just feels like you're stuck. It just literally feels like I'm stuck here. I am not enjoying this. It's just like, I don't like, there's a lot of stuff in it that was like not terrible. And there was a lot of stuff I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. But most of it, I was not invested. It did not personally grab me. And when a movie doesn't personally grab me, it was just me. I'm just saying that for myself. I'm speaking for myself. So like, a lot of people were saying like, oh, this is nowhere near the worst or something like that. Like, for me, I know for myself, I would prefer watching Thor 2 just because Thor 2 has Loki and Thor in it, and I can like get some stuff from them, from these characters who are just being introduced, and there's stuff like that, and then like they're trying to pull that Doom like, come eat your dinner, some shit like that. You know, that fucking screaming lady that was through that shit. Like, it's just, they have like, it was just very, very mid. I just want to say that, like, this entire thing, I felt like a chore to get through. And then the stingers at the end, like, they're deep cut stingers. So like, if you're a fan of the comics, you'll recognize them. Like, you'll go like, oh, that's so-and-so and that. Oh, that's so-and-so. There's two. That's two. And like, the thing is, the fact that this is a 2.5 hour movie, and they make you like stay for the entire 2.5 hours for like the two stingers, like, it's just like, I just really wanted to get out that theater as soon as possible. Like, it just did not grab me, did not find it exciting, did not think it was cool. There's some cool things they do at the end with like fight scenes, stuff like that. And there's some like cool design. Like, for example, like freaking Celestial, stuff like that. Like, they just prove that you can do Galactus in the future. Like, they just make a fact that they can most definitely do a Galactus. Like, so when they do the Fantastic Four film, if they have Galactus in that, they can most definitely do him just for how great they looked. But for the most part, I just found it incredibly mid. And honestly, it's my least favorite MCU film. Like, and yeah, it dethroned like Iron Man 3. I don't hate you as much anymore. Like, I don't want to say I hate this movie. I just say like, it just for the fact that it drained me just like that, and I was just not invested. That's what I would say. Like, I did not care for this film. A bunch of people are loving it, a bunch of people are over hating it. I just am in the honest minority. Did not care for the film. It was more of a chore. I have to watch this because it's Marvel, so I'm not falling behind when these characters show back up. That's all it felt like. I'm not excited to see the characters again. Like,
okay. Yeah,
gotcha.
I'm probably gonna see it this coming weekend.
Yeah. Like, that was like one of the movies I was like, why doesn't Disney Plus do this one? But then like, right? I remember, yeah. But then I remember like when I watched Wonder Woman 84 on HBO Max, it took me like 6 hours to finish that movie because I kept pausing and Leah like, I can't stand this shit. Like, it's just like, might as well get it over with in 1 sitting. So yeah.
All right. Well, we got Spider-Man next month, though. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's why I posted that freaking meme of Harry. I was like, I'm ruined. All I have is Spider-Man. Shit like that. That's all I have.
All right, next thing. Helluva Boss had their first part to their final episode of their season.
Yeah.
I got caught up. I watched it all.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, they're pulling the old formula of like we're goofy and now we're getting serious and shit at the end and shit like that. So, yeah. I mean, again, Helluva Boss animation spectacular. The stuff they do with the story, music pretty damn good. The fact that they get all these multi-talented voice actors to do their stuff, awesome.
Yeah, I was like so surprised when like the first episode came out and they got Richard Horvitz. Zim. Yeah, like
right.
Yeah. What?
Still blows
like,
my mind.
I don't. Yeah, it's like that. That's not a voice that you hear like on YouTube videos.
No.
Right. And it's just insane. And then they got the dude from Walking Dead too. And then it's like, I bet money Jamie Lee Curtis will probably be in one because she's a fan of it.
Yeah.
Like she straight up tweeted like, "Oh, Helluva Boss is awesome." So I bet money. Like you can see this. Clip this. November 8th, 2021. Jamie Lee Curtis, Helluva Boss. I'm just saying, probably. So yeah, I thought it was great, and then like the ending where they got all dramatic. So that was, I mean, they kind of hint at like the drama, but they don't go full force with it. So like the fact they went full force with it was just.
Yeah, I think Blitzo's the character to do that with though, because he's been so irreverent, and he's the only character really that didn't have any sort of like emotional grounding, right? So like the other shoe had to drop eventually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting. I only watched the first episode, or maybe the first two, I think, before like last week when I just kind of got caught up all the way up through the last one. Mm-hmm. And just watching them all back to back, it's like really impressive that this exists. Like just as a technical feat is like astounding. Like the last episode was really good, but like the one before it, when they break into like the fucking Area 51 place,
like, that was really good.
Just fucking killing.
I was like,
I think that was my favorite one.
Oh my god! Like, is this really happening? This is insane. Like, this should not. This doesn't compute in my brain. Like, where is all this money coming from to make this happen?
Right.
It's insane. So, yeah. I mean, I was like definitely confused about Helluva Boss when it first came out. Because I'm like, weren't they doing Hazbin Hotel? Why is there another series already? And I still don't really. I guess like Hazbin Hotel is going to be like an actual like syndicated.
Yeah, like A24 is
A24 is doing that.
I guess that's why they did the split thing. But like, I don't know. I really like the characters in Helluva Boss, and like they're gonna have a hard act to follow since there's been so much time since the pilot of Hazbin Hotel. I'm sure they'll bring their A game, but like I'm really liking these characters. I like the sense of humor it has. It feels very like old internet still.
Right.
But just like with modern like production value and like beyond modern production value. Like you don't see web cartoons animated like this.
Damn straight. Like seriously. Like it's really good. Insane. Yeah. The character designs, the movement, the fluidity, all that stuff, like just like the dynamic movements of how they're able to do all this. It's like absolutely insane. And the fact that they're coming out like, even though it's like every other month, like I know I don't know how the team works on it. So like it's still insane to me. Like it's just like Tom said, an internet show, like an internet series is doing that level of quality, which is just like, well, that's better than some stuff you see in like freaking Cartoon Network or Adult Swim. Is like insane.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, Helluva Boss. Yeah, it's still part 1 of episode 7, so we'll have part 2 sometime soon, I guess.
Probably December.
I'm guessing that they're gonna have like the one episode like that was for this month, and then December for the next one.
Yeah.
All right. So next, let's talk about Animaniacs. I
didn't watch that yet.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it's out. It came out last week. Perfect timing too. Saber's here.
He was watching the show and then he was like, "I must make my appearance."
Saber? No.
Saberspark. You gotta say it like Beetlejuice. Yeah, like it's like a rev up. Like you gotta rev it up.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
There, see, told you right there.
Hello.
Hi.
I was saying perfect timing because we're about to talk about Animaniacs, which you and I watched like the first 9 episodes.
Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah. It's still good. They've done a lot of interesting things with the animation and especially with Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and the Brain segments have probably like been the best part of this like revival that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a very cool episode where Brain goes through all of these different alternate dimensions. And they play around with that a lot, and there's like a really cool segment that they do with the animation there. But then there's also another episode just with the Animaniacs in general with the Warners, with Yakko, where they do like sort of a tribute to Duck Amuck, where they have an animator messing with Yakko.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Nice.
Was
this season being worked on when the original season was, or is this?
I don't. I think like probably at the tail end of when the first season was being worked on, because they did like order 2 seasons.
Okay.
Though it is, you can tell. I think Saber mentioned it. There's like an episode where Yakko's voice actor Rob Paulson, his mic sounds off. It sounds like he recorded it at home. Yeah.
Dang.
Because his mic sounds very different to the other Warner characters. In that episode,
that a joke?
But it's only 1 episode though.
Did they play it as a joke at all?
No.
Or is it just like
it's just like, oh yeah, his mic sounds different. That's weird.
Okay.
But thankfully, it's only that 1 episode where it's noticeable.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, that was odd, but it's not like I don't think it's terribly noticeable. Like for people who do audio edits and whatnot, it's like something's a little bit off, but it's not like, oh wow, that's atrocious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
it better than season 1?
I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
Season 1 has that shock value of being back and then playing off of that energy.
Mm-hmm.
This one also has a lot of meta humor. It's got fun animation. I actually, after Paleo left, I went back and I watched like 20 episodes of the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was curious. I'm like, oh, I wonder how much of a difference is there. And it's like, no, it's they're fine. Like right out the gate, there was like Clint Eastwood and Jack Nicholson and then Saddam Hussein and Bill Clinton. I'm like, oh, well, there's an episode with like Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump and
right.
And so it's like it is not they're no strangers to topical like weighing in on current events and celebrities and politicians and whatnot.
Right. Okay. That's
yeah. But overall, it's still a lot of fun. Like I said, especially the Pinky the Brain segments are really good.
Yeah. There's like an episode where like Brain goes to like a dictator like dinner.
Yeah, dictator conference.
Well, kind of. It's like there's one that's a conference and there's one that where there's a bunch of world leaders at like what they call Chump Tower. And the first one had like Kim Jong-un, Putin, and then whoever is the guy in charge.
The Venezuelan president or whatever.
Okay. And then like I feel like maybe Pinky and the Brain, like because it's such a I wouldn't say cynical, but like it grew up quite well with like as kids watching like, oh, look at the goofy science rats, and then it's like Brain hates the world and wants to take it over. And it's like, no, I get you, bro. I can see why you hated
it. Yeah.
Did they talk about NFTs yet or any of that stuff?
No, but they talked about cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I just knew that. That's easy bait for them, so I was wondering.
All right. Next, I'm not sure if anybody talked about this, so I won't put it up unless somebody has watched it. Have any of you watched Arcane?
I did. I watched it yesterday.
The Pokemon?
Okay. Yeah. No, Arcane.
Oh, okay.
Not
it's
Arcane.
The new Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Arcane because we famously
I haven't seen it yet.
Shout out to me and Hirosashi. Way back like last year on this very podcast, someone asked, what is an IP that has a great story or lore but is like wasted? And we both were like League of Legends. Because League has this incredible advertising campaign and like beautiful animation studios working to create these like gorgeous works of art that are trailers and like little lore segments and character introductions, and then they make like a boring empty MOBA game that's just for like neats and fucking gamer bros, and that's just not my jam. And it's just like I watch those trailers every now and then. I'm like, this is so good. I want to like get lost in this world, but like I don't just want to run on 3 lanes and be bored and just, I don't know. I could never get into multiplayer games, especially stuff like League. So when they announced Arcane and they got, I forget the name of the studio, but like they have a couple different animation studios that make all their trailers, and this is like my favorite one. They do this really interesting like 3D modeling, but it's like with like almost these like painterly textures. So
like
they look
Spider-Verse?
like moving. Yeah, they look like moving paintings, and then all the effects, like fire effects and energy effects, are all 2D drawings. So it creates this really interesting sense of contrast, and they're the ones doing all of Arcane. And they just take all the good things about League, which is the gorgeous animation, these like this interesting world and lore and characters, and then you don't have to play the fucking video game. It's just the story being told, and it's like really cool. So they have 3 episodes out right now, which is like Act 1, I guess, or Part 1. And it feels like a movie. It kind of feels like they're probably dividing this up into what are essentially movies, but they're in episodic format because it's on Netflix. And it's really cool. Like the premise, I guess, because I don't know anything about League other than like it's really gorgeous and people want to fuck the Yordles. That's all I know about League. But this seems to be like a prequel of sorts, or like kind of like a because like the main characters are like these like 4 kids, and I think at least 2 of them are like champions from League. Because I know one of them is Jinx, who's like a really popular character. I don't know the other characters, but I know they're both like playable champions in League, and this is them like younger, like I guess how they got their start. So I don't, as someone who knows nothing about the lore of League of Legends other than it exists and it seems really cool, I was really invested. I liked the characters. I liked the storytelling. There was a lot of just like, it was a very mature show. There's like child violence and like really like harsh consequences, and there's a lot of moral ambiguity among some of the characters. Even the villains, who kind of are designed because they're based on video games to be very like outlandish and villainy looking, they have seemingly motivation and like more depth to their character. I don't know. It just seems like a really solid foundation to build upon. I've always liked this part of League. I've liked the animation and the story. So the fact that they're going to have a way to like enjoy that part without having to be like, now go play the video game, wink, wink, and I just don't want to. I like it a lot, and I think it's worth checking out. I think it's probably one of the best looking animated shows like ever. It's like the production value is so high. The animation, the facial capture, and just like the little mannerisms they give all the characters and stuff. It just looks gorgeous.
Yeah, look, I'm looking at this trailer. It looks really badass.
It's insane. It's so well done.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely recommend giving it a watch. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I like the boxing. Yeah.
It's super cool. Like, yeah.
This looks
really had a good time with it.
Okay.
So I think the next 3 episodes are coming out in like a week or 2.
Okay.
So I'm hyped for that because like the first 3 episodes definitely tell like the first arc of the story. You have a very like end point. I would assume the next couple of episodes are going to be the time skip to when these characters are like more like where they are in the game canon. This definitely seemed like the end of like the establishing arc, which is a good place to start because there's so much to League. I know there's like multiple like planes or universes or whatever. I think there's a lot of like jumping between dimensions, is where all these champions come from. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's just my assumption. I only watched the trailers. So they start in one of the worlds that's pretty pretty grounded compared to a lot of the other settings I've seen from League. So it kind of like eases you in, and just kind of by going back and not dropping you into the middle of like the lore of League and letting it kind of set up a bit earlier. I think that was a good starting point because it allowed me to ease into it as someone who had no prior experience with what the story was about, other than like seeing the trailers and seeing porn pop up on my Twitter dash every now and then. So,
okay.
yeah, I think it's worth a watch. Don't let the League name turn you off of it. It's definitely approachable without being that. I mean, Riot obviously has a share of issues as a company, because they've gone through quite a few scandals the last couple of years with like running their business and not doing it very well. But on the other hand, the studio that's doing the bulk of the work, the animation studio, I've heard nothing bad about them, and their work really speaks for itself. And they have like no following. Like the League channel gets all the views and all the credits, and you go to their like actual channel and they have like under 100k subs, and I'm like, these guys are gods. They need more attention. So I really hope this like gives them a fucking boost. They also did I guess because I was looking at their YouTube channel. They did a Guardians of the Galaxy animated series that I didn't even know existed.
What, the Disney one?
The what, Disney one?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it was like a 3D Guardians of the Galaxy trailer on their YouTube channel. I'm like, you guys, I didn't even know they did that. So yeah, they do good work.
The trailer, animated series. Animated trailer. Okay. Well, I did not know that either.
Yeah. So I don't know. I recommend it. I think put your biases for League aside if you have them, and give it a watch.
All right.
I'll text Saber that we're done.
What?
No, I said I'll text Saber. We're done.
Oh, did he? He deafened himself.
Okay. Yeah, he deafened himself. Okay, that's cool. Well, what's the channel called, Tom? I'm gonna look them up. The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Let me find it because I saw it a little while ago, but I think
is it the Guardians of the Galaxy like show, or was it the? It couldn't be the Telltale game.
No, I don't know what it was because I just saw the trailer for it on their channel.
Ryan in the chat says, yeah, they're shorts. Rocket and Groot shorts.
Oh, Rocket and Groot shorts.
Maybe if I find the channel, I'll give it to you. I'm looking for it right now. We can just keep going.
Okay, cool. Shoot me those. I'm interested.
All right. Next, let's go into trailers and stuff. And the first one is Lightyears.
Yeah, Lightyear.
Yeah, Lightyear.
You know, this trailer, if I may, suffers from something that Ghostbusters does right now, which is you have a perfect blueprint for this type of movie where you have a series, the Buzz Lightyear animated series, and if you just took that series...
Nobody watched that.
Nobody watched that. I watched that. I'm not a nobody. I like that show. Anyways, that show, you had that, but like how Ghostbusters, they keep making these movies, and it's like, you have Extreme Ghostbusters. Just make Extreme Ghostbusters into a movie. It's right there, people. That was a good show. It's just like, why don't you want to do it? Give me my Ectocooler, you bitches. That's all I want, all right? This is what would happen. But, I honestly...
Literally, the only people I see getting mad about the trailer are people who have watched, like, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
I know. First of all,
people who
care.
don't know about Star Command are like, "Oh, this looks cool."
Yeah,
or people who haven't really watched it, like me. I'm like, "Oh, this looks cool."
I've never watched Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. I just know that it existed. I still think this movie is baffling to me. Like, the fact that it exists boggles my mind. I'm just like.
So let's see, how does this movie work? Okay, so Buzz Lightyear.
Did you know it was coming before? I mean, we talked about it on the podcast. Like,
I knew it was coming. Yeah. I guess I thought it would be much more like they made this trailer feel like an epic sci-fi movie, and my assumption, I guess because I was like trying to like reverse engineer why I was just staring jaw agape watching this trailer, and I was like. I think it's because in my mind, when they said, "Oh, we're gonna make a Buzz Lightyear movie that's like him, the character, and not the toy," my brain was like, "Oh, it'll be a cheesy like '90s sci-fi homage," because that's when the movie canonically in Toy Story would have been out. It would have been like a cheesy
90s,
90s movie, right?
Right.
But this is like
Serious.
You get like it's like
Interstellar.
I'm like, what, Interstellar or Gravity or something, but it's Buzz Lightyear, and it's like when they have this like they do. It's funny you mentioned Ghostbusters, right? Because they treat the legacy of Buzz Lightyear, which doesn't really exist in our reality because he's a fucking toy. They treat it with like reverence, and they have that hero shot at the end where the door opens and you see his like suit. I'm like, that doesn't work in this movie. Stupid as fuck. No, you can't do that. I was like, because the whole time I was like, they're not going to put the suit in here, right? They can't. You can't make it work looking like that, and they did it, and I'm just like, ooh, okay, well, like that would have worked as a hokey '90s sci-fi cheese thing, but it doesn't work like this. Like imagine you fucking watching Interstellar, and what's his fucking name was walking around in a Buzz Lightyear costume.
Yeah,
just like. You don't put Matthew McConaughey in a Buzz Lightyear suit. It just doesn't work.
All right. Now, I'll tell you what now, Woody. Now we're going to go.
The movie might be good, but it just like, it just boggles my mind that it even exists. It just seems such like a bizarre road to take with the premise.
Well, in my opinion, okay, I'll say this because like, even though all of us are dunking on it, I will say I'm not
dunking on it.
Yeah. So anyway, Paleo, he's holding it back. Hey, look at it. Look at him laughing at it.
Fucking thumbnail you pulled up. What the hell?
Yeah, look at you.
It looks like a fucking fan render made in Blender. Right? Paleo, like an official product.
Look at him laughing. Clip it. This is him laughing at Buzz Lightyear, the trailer. We did. Paleo's laughing at. So, anyway, I think the movie does look interesting in that regard, but it is that whole thing of what just Tom said, where it's just. Because I just have so many different aspects to think about, like with it, because it's just like, okay, freaking. So they're aliens in this movie. He goes to fucking Dagobah. All right, like that's what the planet looks like, fucking Dagobah. And so like he goes there. He freaking goes like all these other places, and then they're trying to like hype up the to infinity and. Well, say it, Buzz. Fucking say the line. It's just like, why aren't you saying it? So it's just like, no, but no, again, like. Because I was like halfway joking with the Buzz Lightyear Star Command thing with that, but it's just like it is one of those shows like I watched as a kid, and it's like, oh, this is getting a live, not live, fucking like a full movie on it. I was just like, oh, I guess it's just him, like, well, you said this before, so it's this movie is Buzz Lightyear, which isn't, I guess, his real name, it's a nickname, Lightyear, and that is him going into space. Doing something really badass, and then the people on Earth know him as that badass, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make a ton of action figures of him." And then that's
is Chris Evans the voice of Buzz Lightyear in this movie?
Yeah. Because Tim Allen got canceled.
Can we talk about how this needs to stop? Stop putting Chris's into animated movies.
Hey, Chris Evans.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes, Chris Evans. That's my one. That's my one.
Chris Evans, like the chat said, Chris Evans can't finish a catchphrase in trailers.
Yeah, you know? It's really true.
Can't say the Avengers line. Can't say the Buzz Lightyear line.
I mean, he didn't even in like in Age
the
of
actual
Ultron.
movie.
In Age of Ultron, it was like Avengers credits.
Yeah. Avengers, and then Scarlet jumps out like this, and then like but yeah, it's I mean, here's the thing. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Chris Evans is my man crush. Like everyone has their one. That's my one. Like that is a beautiful man. I don't give a fuck. That is a beautiful fucking man. All right. Like okay. So I will say that again, it's still weird though that they wouldn't have Tim Allen, even though I know that everyone's gonna say, but like Tim Allen's doing this or that, but it does make sense because once you take the voice of the person and put that in the whatever,
he's got line speaking action, and it's still
no.
Tim
You see,
Allen.
Buzz Lightyear, the toy, is actually based on the cartoon, based on the movie.
So he should be voiced by Patrick Warburton.
So what?
Because Patrick Warburton voiced the cartoon.
Wait, we've cracked the code. We figured it out. Buzz Lightyear, the movie that is coming out, is the like mainstream film that adults go to. Then Buzz Lightyear Star Command is the children's series they make based off of that property to sell
so
to
it has
children.
a different voice actor, so it makes sense
because
they couldn't get
or the toys based on that children's show. Just like you bought your RoboCop and Predator toys when you were like 12.
Yeah, they had the freaking alien toys and the xenomorphs that were freaking like rhinos and tigers and shit. And then we have figured
out the Toy Story expanded universe.
And then he comes back down to Earth, and then like he sees the planet's just covered with like talking cars and shit. And he's like, "What the fuck's going on here? What are you doing here?"
If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure like that's what was said during the Disney thing of like this is like a movie that is in the Toy Story universe.
Wait,
what?
So this isn't like the movie? This is Buzz Lightyear's a real person?
No. Buzz isn't a real person in the Toy Story universe. This is a movie.
This is the movie in the Toy Story universe.
Yeah, this is a movie in the Toy Story universe.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
That's why I thought it was going to be a cheesy 90s romp initially, because in universe, it would have been a 90s film in the world of Toy Story.
Okay, well, my brain's doing the hamster wheel thing where it's going too fast and it's stopping. Okay, I need to process. Okay, give me a second. So, okay, wait. All right. So what you're saying is I need to map this out slowly. Okay. So what you're saying is in Toy Story, when they watch TV, they cast an actor to play Buzz Lightyear in a movie, and this is a movie in Toy Story's universe. It's not like an actual person.
Right.
And okay. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Like Ryan said. Ryan said in the chat. It says Pete Docter said that verbatim last year at the Disney Investor thing.
Wow.
A movie.
I think Ani has the right question though. Is how does this fit into Kingdom Hearts? Which is really the important.
Right. How does it fit into Kingdom Hearts?
When you walk away.
Yeah. How does this work?
Saber, what do you think about Lightyear? Is he there?
I can't wait for the Woody movie. He said that on Twitter.
No, they got to make the actual like Woody's Roundup show.
Oh yeah, but would they use the action figures still?
Yeah,
because Woody's Roundup.
No, I want to see Woody's Roundup in the style of like Django Unchained, because we're going hard on these movies for no reason.
No, there's a snake in my boot. Oh. Amputate my leg, bullseye. I don't know how to quit you, pet stinky Pete.
Get a Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
All right.
Oh, so there's a snake in his boots.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Jesse's a beard. There you go.
Oh, gotcha.
This is just a love story between Buzz and Woody.
All right. Next trailer. I guess Jackson talk a little bit about it. The He-Man Part 2, Revelations Part 2. That's gonna come out.
Okay, no problem. So basically, my thing with this trailer is because a lot of people, again, very hyperbolic with He-Man. It's not even He-Man. It's fucking Masters of the Universe, as they want to call it, season 1. Because what that did was it was pretty much it tricked people in how they presented itself. So the trailer made it seem like, oh, this is a He-Man show. It's just an updated He-Man show. It's a super hype. It's going to be raw. What basically they did with this new trailer. What they did with the first season was He-Man's barely in it. And the fact that he's barely in it pissed off a lot of people because they're like, we want a He-Man show. Like, where is he at? And so, like, it just was a Teela show. And then the way Teela acted was just, like, kind of bitchy and all this other stuff. And then, like, there was a bunch of stuff that they changed and it just made it, like, seem different. And so a lot of people got, like, very angry at that. And then, like, the ending, they got very upset about. When I saw this trailer, the way it came off to me was that they saw how negative the reviews were for the first season, that they were like, we need to fix this. We need to fix, we need to backtrack. We need to go like, hey, you know the thing we thought we fucked up? Hey, no. This is really what's going on. This is really what's going on.
I severely doubt that though, because like they've probably animation takes a long time.
So animation takes a long time, but you know how like when you have animation done, you have certain trailers that will show things like you can either show a lot or you can either show like not a lot, right? So like you'll either get away. This trailer right here overshowed a bunch of stuff that a lot of people were complaining about in the first season. So like there's like a big thing that happens that people were very pissed off about that like if they wanted to, they could have easily just had the trailer be like because the way they framed it, they had the trailer like do all this stuff where it's like, okay, you easily could have left out this, and if people were digging the Tila stuff, you could have went with like, oh yeah, this is Tila versus Skeletor season 2. This is how it's going to go down. But the way this trailer was, they showed so much stuff that was like, oh, we have to just keep dumping stuff in to like show that, oh no, this is what you're getting this time. Like, I think that's where that came from. Because like I've seen so many trailers do that sort of thing where they go, hey, this trailer, we're misleading you. And then like you get to the show and it's like, well, that's not exactly what it was. But then like the next trailer for the next season is like, oh, this is what the trailer is going to be. And you think it's going to be one thing, but they left out a bunch of stuff. So you're like, oh God. And so it's that thing where trailers overshow. Like you can have a great trailer, like fucking, what's a great trailer? Infinity War. Infinity War is a great trailer. Like that pretty much shows you, but it doesn't overshow you. And then like you have like a trailer like fucking Terminator movies. Any of the Terminator movies, it's just like, wow, you just gave away. That's a whole entire fucking plot point that I didn't know that guy in part 4 turned out to be a fucking cyborg when you should have shown them in the trailer. So, you know, stuff like that. That's my personal opinion on it.
Okay.
But that's what I'll say. Let me tag Tom back.
Next, let's talk about, this is, Wendell and Wild.
I don't know what that is.
It's gonna be on Netflix. It's a movie by Henry Selick and Jordan Peele. Which I think this is the first thing Jordan Peele has written that is an animated feature.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Henry Selick, you know him from like Coraline. He directed that. Yeah.
So it's whatchamacallit? Claymation? Not claymation, or what's it called? Stop motion. Stop motion. Yeah, stop motion.
I don't know if it's stop because like it looks CG-ish, but also stop motion. It might just has that kind of style to it. But yeah, Henry Selick and Jordan Peele are writing it. It's coming out next year. But yeah, it's just about a couple of demons. There's a short teaser on Netflix's Twitter right now. We don't have a full trailer, but yeah, and it's going to be starring Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key in it.
Of course. Together.
So it'll be an animated horror comedy, pretty much.
That sounds fun. Animated horror comedy. That sounds good. I like that.
Okay, Ryan said, yeah, stop motion. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure because I was looking at the style of it, and it looked like it was like stop motion, but enhanced by CGI. Which I know Paranorman did some of that, too.
Yeah. That's a great film.
But yeah, it'll be stop motion, but like it'll probably have some CG enhancements, like others have. All right. Next, there's a trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, which is coming out next month, December 29th.
Right.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett. See, okay, I'm just gonna say this as someone who's a colossal fan of Boba Fett. Like that was my boy back in the day because I fucking had like so many action figures. I was just like, the comic books and shit like that. It's like, yo, no, he's a badass. I remember in school, like people like saying he went out like a bitch. I was like, let me show you exactly where he got out and shit like in that storylines and stuff like that. So that part of me got hyped for it. But again, I'm kind of curious because it is sort of that thing where it's like, hey, Boba, I love you, man, but I kind of like this Mando guy now. I mean, it's not. I just kind of want to see, like, I mean, can't you work together on this or something? Like, it's just like, I'm interested in it. Like, I'm interested in what they're gonna do with it. And like, I'm not gonna lie, that little kid in me is still like hyped up on like Boba Fett seeing him like finally be a badass again. But like, a part of me does sort of miss like Mandalorian season 3, where I was like, oh man, that's every December is like sort of Mandalorian time. So.
Yeah, I don't think I I'm very excited about it, which shocks me because again, I was a huge Boba Fett guy. I read like Tales of the Bounty Hunters. It's a great Star Wars book.
Yes.
Which the Boba Fett chapter and the IG-88 chapter are both fucking sick as shit. Yes. So fucking cool.
So fucking dope.
So like, yeah, that was always like, yeah, Boba Fett was a badass for real.
Right.
But I just remember like back in I think like the year before The Mandalorian came out, there was rumors before that show was announced that they were going to do a Boba Fett show. And everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know about that. It seems like I don't know if they could pull that off." And it's I think didn't they originally have a show that got canceled or pushed back or something, and they pivoted to The Mandalorian?
They were going to have a Boba Fett movie, but then they saw how bad the movies were doing, and they were like, "Yeah."
So like I don't know. It feels like I don't want to like typecast Boba Fett into saying he's just the look, but like in terms of the movie presentation, that's really all he was. Like not everyone's gonna read Tales of the Bounty Hunters like we did. So like I feel like we already filled that role, and like The Mandalorian gives you a lot more freedom in terms of like again, I say this every time we talk about Star Wars, like the universe of Star Wars needs to expand. Really? Like we're so stuck in that original trilogy and like trying to connect as many threads to it as possible. So when The Mandalorian was like, okay, you have your Boba Fett looking guy, but here's a new dude. He has a new backstory. We can go anywhere we want with him. It's very flexible. And then with the end of the last season with like bringing in Luke and everything, I already felt that kind of like strength of that show beginning to kind of like waver under the fact that like, well, we got to get those nostalgia bucks in. And so they brought Luke back in, they brought Boba Fett, and it was like, we didn't need to see Boba Fett. Like keep him in the expanded universe. Like it would have been fine to keep moving forward with this new character that lets us go in new directions. And now we have a whole show that's like, it's going to be on Tatooine. We're going to talk about the legacy of Jabba the Hutt and what happened after Empire. And I'm just like, I don't care anymore. I want to move on. Please God, can we do something new with Star Wars? And like here's another thing, and I'm sure you probably picked up on it too, because I know we both have this on the same wavelength of this. Keep your fucking helmet on. We had the Mando fucking had that shit on point the entire time. Half of that fucking trailer, he's got his dome exposed and he's gonna get shot. You fucking idiot.
So stupid. Again, thank you, Tom. We are literally on the same wavelength. Because like that shit pisses me off so much when you have a character like it's just like this is why I love Carl Urban. This is why I love freaking Pedro Pascal. Like how they do the characters, whereas they just keep the mask on. They know the character needs to wear the mask. They're gonna keep their mask on the entire time. That's what makes it fucking cool. Is the fact they like will leave their mask on and do that sort of thing. When I saw Boba Fett like half the trailer with his mask off, I'm just like, put that fucking shit back on. This is so stupid. First off, it takes away it zaps like 80% of your badassness. Like it just leave that shit on. Just like be like Mando. So that was like a red flag. That was it was like red flag. Yeah.
You know that tweet I sent you about like oh, I love this character. If he ever takes his helmet off, I'll hate him.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that exact tweet. That was true. Like it's so valid because it's just like you have a character. It's like what they did with fucking. I guess to a much greater degree, that fucking Snake Eyes movie, where like Snake Eyes literally does not talk. He does not remove his mask. Oh, what are we going to do with this freaking origin film? We're going to make him talk up a storm, and also just this mask is going to appear at the very end. It's like bullshit. Like, no, it's some trash. Yeah. It's fucking trash. So
it's funny, like with Boba Fett, like in the trailer, it's like, oh, it's just the guy in the helmet is like taking his helmet off. Ew, he's old.
Yeah, it was like, what the heck? Yeah, leave that shit on.
With all that weird makeup that's making him bald. Like, what the fuck's happening? You know?
Right?
It's like, come on.
And it's just,
I don't know.
Yeah.
No offense to the actor, but it's like I'm talking about.
No. Of course not. Yeah, it's the fact that like the entire, again, we said like the whole reason people liked Boba Fett is because the aesthetic. Mm-hmm. That's the entire reason he even as a character has any credit in like pop culture at all. So when you remove the aesthetic, you're left with a flat character that we don't really care about at all. You know, right. And I know this show is probably going to try and make you care more, but it's just like this is the promotional material. You probably want to just him like being the character everyone remembers him as.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Because now I'm just like, isn't that like Jango Fett from those bad movies? Like, isn't that the guy who was... I don't want to... I don't remember that. He's a clone trooper. They died. They killed like millions of them. I don't want to think about that shit.
Right. No, it's so valid in that regard because it's just like I just want to see you in your mask doing badass shit, not having your mask off, doing this shit. Because Disney has been just on a roll with this, because I remember Boba Fett back in the day, like even though this is an abomination talk about the Christmas special, the animation of the Christmas special, like Boba Fett, he was like a badass, like I'm just fucking evil or some shit like that. Like I don't care, like he's no good for me dead. He was very cold hearted, and so like Disney is doing this thing with like all their villains and turning them either to anti-heroes or anti-villains, where it's just like, he's a bad person, but he's got a like moral code. He's gonna do this, something like that. And then like they're freaking doing this whole thing where it's just like, I want to see Boba still be cold and like ruthless and stuff like that. But then I don't want this whole thing of like how they're doing it. It's like, again, Loki, fun show. But like, again, it's just like when you go back and watch Avengers 2012 and you see all the fucked up shit Loki did, like, I'm supposed to like this guy now? Like after him murdering all these innocent people?
Not only are you supposed to like him now, but this is like literally the character from 3 minutes after the end of that movie who turns into a cloud.
Right. Yeah.
And just like, what happened?
Are you out of your damn mind? Yeah.
It's like you just tried to genocide a planet, and now you're letting yourself get kicked in the balls. I think it's
like the same problem
with
the Loki thing. It reminded me of like Infinity War Thanos compared to Endgame Thanos, because they're not the same character.
No, they're not.
Like,
right.
Infinity War Thanos actually had an arc that he went through.
Right.
And then he died at the beginning of Endgame. And then like the Endgame Thanos that comes in, that's not the same Thanos.
Yeah,
like, there's like the Loki that's in Loki is not the same Loki that we know from like
you can't just superimpose all of that character development that Loki had onto this new character.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, And I think they tried to like put a band-aid on it. It's like, well, he saw the little TVA presentation and now he's a changed man. I'm like,
it's like fast.
His entire motivation at the beginning is like trying to tear this down because he doesn't believe it's real. So why would he buy any of that? You know what? That's a whole other rant.
Yeah, exactly.
I have thoughts about that show. None of them are very good. But
it's valid. So just to go on with this whole thing, I'm curious, but it's not something like every time Boba Fett puts that mask on and fucks up people, that kid in me is gonna be like, fuck yeah, you go shit, you fucking get a Boba. But everything besides that is just gonna be like,
he's gonna have his mask off for like 80% of every episode, so they can have long drawn out dialogue sequences, so they can get like, we paid for this actor to come back, we got to get our money's worth, and it's just like, okay,
right.
It's like doubly painful because like the show that came before this like understood how to handle this. They wrote an entire lore for the character to keep the fucking hat on. Like, come on, guys.
Yes.
Come on.
And then they were like, oh no, and then they brought in the people from Clone Wars, and they were like, oh, we take our masks off all the time, so you're used to the Mandalorians taking their masks off, and then they're doing this, and then it's just like, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing. Morbius.
Living vampire.
Yeah.
The sucking cups. You think he's gonna have the suction cups in the movie?
They didn't show that in this trailer. It was in the last trailer though, I think.
Yeah. I think they hinted at that because like for people in the chat who don't know, in the 90s.
There's no way.
That'd be cool. Those things are horrifying. Like he just has some leech suckers come out of his hand.
It's super fucked up. As a kid, I remember Morbius scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh.
I have these fucking. That would be worse. Like I absorb plasma and I fucking do. Yeah, so that's crazy. That whole thing is crazy. But like this whole movie, again, I don't know what they're trying to do with it. Is like, are they trying to make him just the antagonist through it? Or is he gonna fight someone? Because Vulture from MCU is in it, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm Vulture, or it could be Batman because Michael Keaton doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Or he said that in a freaking interview. So.
Yeah, because like Michael Keaton's in it, but like, is it Vulture? I don't know.
No, it's Vulture apparently.
Is he credited as
this could be a parallel universe.
Adrian Toomes? Huh.
Where he doesn't become Vulture and he's just a guy.
Yeah, maybe it's just like it's Sony's Vulture.
The Marvel universe is so fucking busted now that anything can happen, and not in a good way.
It's like because I like Morbius does mention Venom, like at the end of the trailer. He's like, "I'm Venom." He's like, "No, I'm not."
How do they know Venom? Venom was hidden for most. I mean, he did that whole like thing, but like it's just like I don't know. Like that whole thing. I'm interested what they're gonna do with it. Again, I'm very indifferent to Morbius as a character until like this movie is just more of a okay, I'll watch it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me just of like early 2000s Marvel film like Daredevil or like Hulk or Elektra. Like that's what it reminds me of. That's what the vibes is giving me. Not
what I was thinking the whole way watching the trailer was that I would be so much more interested in this movie if it was something like the Batman and just disconnected in its own like film. And it didn't have to be burdened with like trying to take another step forward for the MCU, because I kind of just don't care anymore.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I have left
I
is
think
Spider-Man.
it's like because Sony's trying to like shoehorn their way into the MCU. They're like they realized they couldn't do things on their own, so they're like, we got to go into the MCU somehow.
yeah, because I know like no, go ahead, Tom.
No, I'm just gonna say like, I don't know. I feel like I'm such a fucking negative asshole, but I'm just so tired of franchises at this point. I'm like exhausted of them. I really wish the MCU was like the MCU was gonna basically distance itself into a relic.
It's true. I agree.
You could have ended with Endgame on like such a fucking high note and been like this like huge cultural milestone that people remember fondly. But like we're gonna be in our like mid 40s and be like, oh yeah, that's still going on.
Yeah, that's still going on and shit like that is insane.
I don't know. You've kind of like what do you have left to do, right? Because like you're trying to build up the Eternals, you're trying to bring all these like other characters that are good characters into their own right, but like you don't have the like cultural relevance of like Captain America and Iron Man and all that shit. So like what are you gonna do when your big like tentpole movie, like your Avengers equivalent comes out? You're not gonna drag fucking Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and all them back for retirement to like show up. Right. You're gonna have to rely on these new characters that I don't think are connecting very well, because I don't know. I don't think any of them have the kind of screen presence.
I think once they get to Fantastic Four and like a new X-Men, then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with that again though, like okay, so here's the thing. My whole mentality with that has just like completely flipped that. The Fantastic Four film, I'm still excited for just because.
Yeah, because like.
Yeah,
we get a good one?
Yeah. They better keep those other two away. Though that would be a really good joke. Is like Chris Evans, you were in Fantastic Four, so you're gotta come on, Johnny Storm, gotta just like.
Would it not be cool if they did like in the Multiverse of Madness or something? He shows up in that movie as Human Torch and like
God, that'd be funny.
That'd be universe. Good. That'd be great. See, that'd be phenomenal. Like. Because I know for me, the whole thing when they said like, okay, well, we're recasting X-Men. This was way before all this, multiverse shit started with them. And I was just like, okay, this was before the fucking J. Jonah Jameson scene in Far From Home. So I was like, okay, like, I guess this is it. And so when they were like, oh, I wonder who's going to cast as this and this, I was just like, yeah, I don't know if they can replace it. But I'm interested who will get. But now that I know that they could literally go Fox and just be like, hey, X-Men, like
they
old
literally
X-Men.
own them now. So.
Yeah, it's just like like we can bring them in at any time and shit like that. And Hugh Jackman, like it's just like if he wanted to come back, I would not be upset. But the thing is, like Logan is such a good send off,
right?
But like,
it would totally undercut Logan. Like I'm totally fine with letting that cast just be its own thing and introduce a new cast of X-Men into the MCU. Like
right,
I think that would work way better.
Thing is, I just don't care, too. Like you said, Tom.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm like, the nerd in me is always going to be curious to see what they do with these things. And I'll sit down and watch the movies that like have characters I'm interested in. Like, I want to see the Spider-Man, obviously. Yeah. I want to see Fantastic Four. I'm curious about Morbius. I want to see the next Doctor Strange, even though it's written by the Loki writer. So I'm probably assuming it's going to be terrible.
I thought it was like Sam Raimi.
I don't think he's writing the script. I think he might be directing.
Oh, okay.
Or involved in some way, but I don't think he wrote the script. I'm pretty sure it's the same writers who did Loki, which is why I'm worried about it.
Shit.
But like I'm interested in Moon Knight. I like reading Moon Knight comics. Like that could be cool. So like these characters interest me, but like in terms of like the build and big meta story they're building, I'm just like
I don't care at all.
It's lightning in a bottle. Like you did it so like close to perfect the first time, and like the reason why Avengers worked really is because like you had like all this big staple characters. It felt like an event comic on the silver screen, you know, and like it'd be like trying to read like Civil War and Iron Man's not there, you know. It's just like you're missing so many key players at this point that like it doesn't feel like a legitimate Marvel event anymore. It just feels like, what characters do we have to make a product? And it's just like, okay, the spell's a little broken at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, I know if like they decide to, because again, I know I mentioned this before. I just feel tired. Like it's just like, who are they leading up to now? Oh, Galactus or Doctor Doom, something like that.
It's funny because like they could have like continued doing this kind of thing with the video games. Yeah, but Square Enix fucked it up with Avengers.
Oh yeah,
they had to fuck that shit up. They really did.
I've heard Guardians of the Galaxy is actually pretty good. Like because like everybody just kind of forgot about it and people played it. It was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
So and I'm excited for Spider-Man. So
same, of course. Yeah. Hopefully we get to play as Venom in that. So yeah. But yeah, I agree. Like literally the last thing Marvel is doing like is just that Spider-Verse thing, just from all the stuff. But again, it's just like that is a movie where like if all the stuff they said is going to be in it or just rumored to be in it is in it, it's just like I want this to be like a solid film, not like no fucking just 2 hours cut it. Like it should be like, you know, a solid film of like everyone getting their time and stuff like that doing it. But it's just for most of it, I just am so indifferent. Like I really don't care. Like every time there's a new series out, like because every time I told Paleo this earlier when we were like watching stuff, it's like, oh, like WandaVision. Okay, yeah, I'll watch that. Oh, that was actually kind of good. Ending was kind of mid, but yeah, whatever. And then like there was Captain American Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier, and I was just like, oh yeah, it was decent. And I like thought the ending was, you know, like it made me like tear up, so I'll give it that. Then it was just other things like, oh, now you got to watch Loki. Now you got to watch What If. Now you got to watch Hawkeye. Now you go, and it's just like you literally, I just sat and thought about it for a second, and I was just like, let's say you're just someone new and you're just getting into this Marvel stuff. Someone showed you like Iron Man, like, oh my god, I love that. It was like, well, you got to watch like fucking 30 movies and then this many episodes of this and this many episodes.
We're getting to the point with the MCU where it's like
it's starting to feel like comics. Like,
well, that's my whole thing. Yeah, they're totally. It's becoming as convoluted as comics, and the good thing about the MCU was that it was much more approachable. You know, it felt like they were doing something similar to tried to do initially with the Ultimate line.
Exactly. Yeah, because
it's a clean start.
Because like years ago, I wanted to try to get into like reading Spider-Man comics, and
it's so hard.
And I'm like,
yeah, it's so hard.
Where the fuck do I start?
Yeah, you can't. You really can't. Especially because like there was a whole period in like the like mid 80s to the 90s where it's like we're reading Amazing Spider-Man number 672, and then it's like this continues in Web of Spider-Man number 87, and it's like, why would you do that? Like, if you subscribe to the comic, it wouldn't continue month to month because they wanted you to buy all the other titles. But it's like we're getting to the point where there's so many fucking Marvel movies and they all tie together that like if you're a kid, it'd be like if you're a kid and like you watch like The Last Jedi and you're like, I like Star Wars. And then you'll be like, well, kid, they've been making 2 movies a year since 19 whatever, when the first one came out. If you want to understand Star Wars, you have 50 movies to watch. And like you're expecting like a 12-year-old to be like, I have that attention span, you know?
Yeah, and then you got to have like the fucking TV shows, like you got to watch those because like you got to watch all of Clone Wars if you really want to appreciate the Mandalorian because there's all this stuff in Clone Wars is canon now.
I know they're doing this because they want to keep maximizing their profit, but like unfortunately, it seems so short-sighted because the reason like comic books aren't very popular is because you have to be a fucking loser to follow them.
Yeah.
I say that as a loser.
I say that as a loser too. Yeah, that's true.
So like, you're gonna make these movies that impenetrable, and normal people are just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go watch Batman because it's about a guy who dresses like a bat and punches, and that's all I need to know.
And you can choose which Batman you want. You can watch an animated one. You can watch a 80s one. You can watch a 90s. It's just like there's so many versions, and it's just insane. It's just like it's overwhelming. Again, it's just like that whole thing of like. like it's like that whole concept of like a series that you hear is really good or something that's really great, but it's just like you see the amount that's into it and it's just like, fuck, I ain't watching all that, I ain't reading all that, and it's just like I'm just not interested. Like I'm interested, but I'm not. Like I think that's why I prefer manga over comic books, because it's just one storyline. It's just like I just follow it from beginning to end and I'm solid.
It's one storyline, and something that's so fucking important that makes manga so much more easily digestible is that there's one dude writing it.
Exactly.
You don't have like 15 different writers handling one character with a continuity that goes back like 50 years.
Right.
You're always everyone has their own interpretation of Spider-Man. We both have our slightly different interpretation
I guess
of how
the
we
difference
put
between
Spider-Man
them
together.
Like a manga like My Hero Academia, it's not a franchise like Spider-Man or Batman.
Right.
Like Batman and Spider-Man had like multiple iterations of themselves
Jump
in many different mediums.
Jump manga is like huge, but it's still like creator driven for the most part. You know, like Horikoshi controls My Hero Academia. Like obviously the Jump editors and will make changes and adjustments and stuff and suggestions, but like he's the one piloting that ship, so to speak. Like he controls for the most part where the story goes. Marvel is this huge behemoth that has multiple people writing multiple characters and jumping between titles, and they have all this baggage of like this legacy to keep control of, and it's not sustainable, and yet they've tried anyways, and this is why you have like massive world resets every couple years. And then they retcon the reset because people get mad because you have your audience who's just like, but I know everything about all the alternate universes. How dare you erase my favorite, like Balloon Man or whatever, you know? Like, so like you just box yourself into like the craziest fans. And not to dunk on comic fans, because I'm right there with you. Like I want my
I'm there with
representation,
you too,
you know. But like,
I agree with Tommy. I agree with Tommy so much.
The films were good because it was like a good like top of the funnel where everybody could like kind of easily understand it. And then if you wanted to fall down that rabbit hole and start reading all 6 versions of the Spider-Man comic and do your cross promotion to get this, you could. But like now that's just what the movies have become, you know? Like Bionic Prime says, I'm gonna have to watch all 8 Spider-Man movies, the Daredevil series, Doctor Strange, and the Avengers films just to understand what's going on in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Shit. And you also gotta make sure you're caught up on the
right.
God. It's Civil War. Don't forget Captain America.
You gotta watch all of Loki so you understand the fucking alternate dimension shit. You know, it's just
variants. You need to know what variant is. So it's overwhelming. It's just like it literally just tires you out when you see it. It's like those people who are just like, I'm curious about One Piece, and then they see how fucking long it is, and it's just like, it's just like, it's a ride. It's a ride.
Imagine if, like, instead of Oda, there was like 20 different people writing One Piece.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. That'd be like 20,000 chapters and bullshit.
Right?
Like,
anyway, Morbius. Comes out in January. Probably won't be good. I mean, it's a January film, so.
Fuck you, it's January.
Fuck you, it's January.
What will be better, Morbius or Scream?
Scream. At least all the Screams after. Scream 4 was pretty decent. Scream 5, like, we'll see. Like, I feel like they know what they're doing if they are like coming back so far. So like the only Scream I thought was like terrible. Not even that terrible. Like I can still watch it. It was probably like 3. Like I think Scream 3 is like, or Scream 3. Scream.
All right. Last trailer before we get into a couple of news things and then Q&A. All right. Back to the Outback is a animated film coming out on Netflix next month.
I've never been to Outback, but I've heard it's a
steakhouse.
The Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
It's about these little Australian animals that were a part of the zoo. Most of them dangerous. There's like a spider, a scorpion.
Wait a minute.
I've
watched this movie before. I've watched Madagascar.
This is James and the Giant Peach all over again.
And there's a snake and a lizard, and they're with this koala, and like they're made fun of for being like the ugly animals, or the ugly or dangerous animals compared to the koala, who is cute.
The dangerous animals, then they should fuck up the cute ones. They're dangerous. It's like that.
It's funny because like the snake is actually pretty cute.
No, wait, let me see the snake. Okay, you got me excited now. Let's see this. All right, here we go. Where is this? Back of the Outback. Here we go. Let me see.
Wait, hold on. I'm watching the trailer right now.
Yeah, I'm watching it too.
These are adorable. How could you ever think these things are ugly? You're like undermining the whole point of your...
Yeah, what the fuck? That snake is fucking cute as shit. Fucking adorable.
Just make them look horrendous. Come on, commit to the bit, you cowards.
Yeah, even that spider is adorable. What the fuck is this? What? So dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this bullshit. Fucking
Dude, we got some negative energy up our ass right now. This fucking sucks. This fucking sucks. 20 years of movies fucking sucks.
The main thing is that like, oh, these are dangerous animals.
Whoa, boo.
Yeah, but the koala calls them ugly.
Well, fucking koala. That's why you're fucking blind.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Nom Nom from We Bare Bears. The way this koala acts.
Is that a character? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a character from We Bare Bears.
Nom Nom, We Bare Bears. Oh, that fucker. Okay, yeah, the koala motherfucker.
Yeah, it comes out December 10th on Netflix.
Okay, I ain't watching that bullshit for lying. You let us know how it is. Fucking shit ass.
We just gotta clip stuff from this movie and just send it to Viva because it's all Australian accents.
Yeah, it'd be crazy, mate.
All right, a few news things before we go into Q&A. Saber, you there?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not going to show the image that was leaked for this, but we did talk a little bit about it last time because it was in a question. The Multiversus game from Warner Brothers. There was more stuff that was leaked from that, like on a thread in Co.
I was browsing Co.
Yeah. And from what was shown is like, oh yeah, this is going to be like a Smash-like game.
Oh, is that what we're calling these now? Smash-likes?
Yeah.
It triggers me so much. I'm just triggered by everything tonight.
Yeah, this is our 30s, Tom. This is what we do.
Goddamn kids.
But yeah,
kids try to be
I'm not showing like the image that was leaked because like there's a lot of people who had their stuff taken down because of DMCA because like Warner Brothers hasn't revealed it yet. But yeah, so it seems like I guess it's gonna be a thing. And it seems like it's going to be a lot more involved than the Nick All-Star Brawl game, because it seems like they're going to do like an actual like story mode with this original character that they have.
They got the voice actors
that is explaining like all the dimensions like mixing or whatever with all the different universes.
Oh, this is like fucking Jump Force.
Yeah.
This is like fucking that anime game Jump Force where they did that shit where like Goku and Luffy and Naruto were all meeting each other and then they like, oh, but then like you think it's gonna be so hype, but they don't even get the voice actor. Like,
yeah, I don't know if they'll actually get voices for this because like Nick All-Star Brawl didn't get voices.
Yeah, Nick All-Star Brawl didn't have fucking OST.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers is a lot more
lucrative.
Yeah,
not only that, has a lot more money. Warner Brothers has more money, and they also have an entire dedicated like game publishing.
Yeah, they have their own like game division. So
they got the fucking Mortal Kombat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've published the Arkham games. You know, they published Mortal Kombat. So
it makes sense that they would like go all out for something like this. So yeah, I'm excited to see who's going to be in it because we've seen that leaked thing where it had Finn and Jake and it had Tom and Jerry. It had Rick from Rick and Morty. It had Gandalf, Batman, Harley Quinn, Superman.
I just love how they keep using Gandalf. Like they use him as so much shit, like Lego Movie. This, fucking Space Jam. Just like
no, they did not.
They tried to use him in Space Jam with that fucking trailer.
I wonder what happened with that.
Because they were just like, oh no, they pulled him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll talk about it more whenever we get it like an official reveal. Because right now it's just leaks.
Where's the Disney Channel one?
Yeah. Apparently, with that leak, apparently
Decom Combat.
They said that there are 2
nice.
other publishers working on Smash-like games, and one of them is
I was
big.
joking. Who's big?
So,
Big Lots.
It might be a Disney one. I don't know.
Oh,
Can I? Smash is not fun. There, I said it. I don't like it. All these games coming out, I don't want to play them. I just want to play a fighting game. God damn it.
Yeah, you know what, Tom? I'm actually in your corner on there. I never thought Smash was a play. I don't like the controls of Smash. I just want a fighting game where
we're talking about how we could have been your babysitter before the show started. I'd like imprint all my fucking negative.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna hate all the things your kids' friends love. Fucking Smash is garbage. Like Street Fighter 2, it's bullshit.
No, but it was one of those times where I just remember I was playing it. And then I was just like, I went to like 2 people's house. I went to I think it was like Saber's house for New Year's. They were playing it. And then I went to Katie's house for something, and like they were all playing it there. And then like I just came to realization, like they're all having fun, but I'm just not vibing on this game. I wish it was more.
One thing that you and Tom have in common is that you're both like Sega kids. And also like Sony ponies too. So.
Sony ponies, yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, I just want like fucking like I.
And also like I've always like when I was a kid and played like fighting games at my friend's house, was like I never enjoyed fighting games. So
see, okay,
yeah,
so
I never enjoyed like traditional fighting games.
See, I like if this was like some Dragon Ball Fighter shit, where like it had ultimate moves and you did that, I'd be like, oh, this is some Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi shit or something.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is the hypest thing ever. But yeah, dang.
I feel like when did like we move on from just everyone cloning COD to everyone cloning Smash? Is it because this is okay? Here's my crackpot theory that I just came up with in 3.4 seconds. Mm-hmm. All these companies were just like, hey, Nintendo just like sold like $150 worth of DLC for a $60 game over the course of 3 years and nobody complained. Write that down.
Oh, it's good.
All right. Next thing. Chris Pratt.
Next.
Everybody's upset.
Everyone disliked that.
Chris Pratt's going to voice Garfield in the new Garfield animated movie.
You could have had fucking Ron Swanson. Could have had him do it, like from fucking not Community Parks and Rec. Like ever since I saw that thing, that animated.
Oh yeah, Ron Swanson would be a good did
you see the animatic with that?
No.
Like someone did a Garfield animation with him like talking as Ron Swanson. And I was like, that is perfect. Like you literally messed up like right there. Nick Offerman is perfect for your Garfield thing because like the way they did the animatic, I was like, that's perfect. But yeah, because Chris Pratt, I'm just so indifferent to it. Like, I mean, he's fun in Lego Movie. Yeah, he's good in Lego Movie. He's fun, but it's just like, it's just you're doing these voices that I don't. They don't click. They do not sound like a click at all. Like it doesn't. Like I just cannot visibly hear it. Like there are certain characters you hear them.
I cannot wait to see the trailer for the Mario movie.
I can definitely keep waiting.
Here's the question: what do you think the bar is going to look like? The first Sonic trailer or like the second Sonic trailer?
What for the like the dislike bar?
Like the dislike ratio. What do you think is going to be?
I don't know. I feel like
you Nintendo people, you thrive on being abused, so I'm sure you guys will like it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, that expansion pack trailer is the most disliked trailer on Nintendo's channel right now. So I don't know.
As it should be.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with 50-50 because like because like it's gonna be an animated movie trailer and it's Illumination and they're really good at marketing. So I have a feeling like a lot of normies are going to look at that trailer and say like, oh, I like it.
And they're going to put like some random pop song that's relevant in the moment or like probably not relevant. So
yeah, but we'll see. Like I'm still very nervous about what Mario is actually going to look like too.
Dude, I can't wait for Goombas to just be minions.
Oh God, don't say that.
Oh no!
Don't say that,
Tom. Why do you do this?
Look, this is gonna be an abomination. All right, there's no getting around it.
Man, like Illumination's version of Mario, where it just like looks nothing like the aesthetic of Mario. Oh God,
it'll just look like an Illumination movie, right? That's my assumption.
Mario.
Yeah, I know that like Nintendo's working closely with Illumination, but I don't know how closely. Like
not close enough. Chris Pratt voices Mario. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Is it like I don't know if like Miyamoto was like, yeah, okay, because like he doesn't know like American actors and like who
God.
Like yeah. But the thing, he probably does know American actors. He says like people like Chris Pratt. So yeah,
everybody quiet. Chat. The Goombas were always minions. Nothing has changed about that. I don't mean literal minion. I mean minions. Brains. You know exactly what you mean. They're gonna be on yogurt. They're gonna be on cereals. They're gonna be doing stupid fart joke dances and previews. You know what I mean.
They were always minions. They're all laughing to themselves now. That's so stupid.
That's dumb. That's good. That's great.
They were always.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. I just posted in the chat. That's what Mario's gonna look like. There you go.
Nathaniel, I see you in the chat saying Nintendo kept a close eye on this film. It'll probably look fine. That's what I said about the cheese curds in Wisconsin. I thought they'll probably still be on the menu.
I warned you. I warned you. I was the one who said, "Why aren't they there, Paleo? Why are they there?" Fucking bastard.
But yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Chris Pratt is Garfield. Whatever.
Literally.
Whatever. I think what sums this up perfectly was a tweet that I saw like around the time they announced it. They were like, there are a lot of reasons to like really enjoy Chris Pratt's on-screen presence. His voice has never been one of them.
Yeah. The thing is like I first associated with him with a voice though with Emmett from the Lego Movie, but that fits because like Emmett is like a blank slate character.
But that's because you're paleo.
Yeah. Like honestly, like. Yeah, I'm just man.
Damn shame.
All right, last thing before Q&A. Pibby.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
that was great. That needs to
like trailer short pilot thing.
I don't know what that is. Pibby.
Oh, you don't know what Pibby is?
Oh yeah, you should watch it. It's like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Just watch it.
We're not going to say anything. I'm afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That just needs a full show. That's all I'm gonna say. Pibby needs a full.
It's doing like
mm-hmm.
basically like this thing where like it's a character from sort of like a preschool learning show gets mixed up with this weird like I want to say like digital goop or whatever that's like changing
Digimon.
Everything. Yeah.
Oh shit! Did I tell you? And then when you finish with this, I gotta tell both you and Tom something about Digimon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. As he talk? Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, and Pibby's like going through these different like cartoons, like trying to find a home, I guess, and then it just keeps eating everything. The digital goop, like in every like cartoon.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. Like, and then like they just, it really did. Oh, he left. Yeah, it really did just like seem like a very interesting concept, and hopefully Adult Swim will get away with making that a full show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but have y'all seen the new Digimon show where they're like fucking killing kids?
I haven't. The Ghost Game or the
Ghost Game.
I haven't seen it yet. I've downloaded the first.
Is that why Digimon was trending earlier?
I think so, because like what happened is I watched like an episode and I was like, this is fucked up, because like there's this Digimon that has like this time thing and like it sucks your time away, and it fucking killed a kid, like not like a fucking teenage kid, like a kid, and I was just like, this is fucked up. Okay, like how can they do this? It's just like, what? So
you fucking thought Leomon was bad. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit.
I'll have to watch it. I was kind of turned off by the art style because it doesn't really look like traditional Digimon, but
Right.
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. What does Saber say? He's going to bed. Okay.
Yeah, he's saying
This trailer's pretty rad.
Being impossible. What?
The Pibby trailer is pretty dope.
Yeah,
short, whatever it is. Yeah, it's really cool. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's another multiverse show.
So what?
It's another multiverse show.
Yeah.
All these we've done it. The West has finally settled into its version of isekais. Like everyone makes an isekai in Japan. Everyone makes a
Yep. Yeah. Everyone's making multiverse.
You know, the one thing I'm still surprised that Cartoon Network never ever did was like a full Cartoon City movie. Like that's right there.
Yeah.
Like, and then remember when what was that thing, Paleo? When they had that special with all the old tunes meeting the new tunes. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like meeting each other, and then like Bugs and Daffy were in the like clouds, and they threw lightning bolts. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure what that was. Well, what that was called.
Yeah, but that was cool. They should have made a full. That is the only multiverse thing I need. Like, just give me something like that. But now I don't want it to get oversaturated with this shit.
So. All right, let's go to Q&A.
TNA.
So
Q&A.
if you want to ask questions, you can ask us through Super Chat or on Twitter. So let's go to Super Chat.
I apologize for being a dick that entire like hour and a half. Everything's
no, it's
bad.
okay. It's your birthday. You're allowed to.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
True. That's true. I take it back. I'm not sorry. You're all sorry. I don't know.
Tom,
first one from Deli Team. First one. What?
I said, Tom, tell me your address and I'll DoorDash you a meal. Do you get?
I already had food.
Well, I want to buy you a cake or something.
Oh God, maybe tomorrow.
Fine.
Today I've eaten
Remind
more.
me.
All right.
Deadass, remind me. I will literally do it. So deadass.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What's the first question?
All right. From Deli Teen says thoughts on my Halloween treat. If you had to check it out, yeah. Deli Teen suggested something last time, which was
on Halloween.
It says here's a fun treat everyone should do on Halloween. Check out Everywhere at the End of Time by The Caretaker. A spooky Halloween treat for me. I have not seen that. Have you seen it, Jax?
The Caretaker? No, I have not.
Okay. It's discussed already. Name a creator in which you have bought merch for.
He just left.
Fuck Saber.
Yeah, I got his.
Yeah. I got his stupid toy too.
Yeah, I got his fucking action figures downstairs.
Yeah.
I bought a mouse pad for Linus Tabs because I needed a mouse pad.
Nice.
Linus. Linus. I also bought. Oh yeah. I bought Pan's plush.
Yes.
You're making fight Saber?
Yeah, make him fight.
Yeah. I actually got like 2 sent over for some reason.
We can start the YouTuber smash like. We can have Saber Spark.
Yeah.
Got to get in while the market's hot.
Damn.
Mint NFTs of every character.
Oh, you know, this is that thing I was talking about earlier with what Jamie Foxx posted and when he wasn't supposed to. I'll just post it in the thing, the whatever. That shit. It's just like, so.
Remember friends being a member for 2 months, saying, "Happiest of birthdays to my good and wickedly amazing boy Tom. Keep it on, my guy, or keep on."
Oh shit! Thank you.
Yes,
I'm doing my best.
Brandon King asking, "What character do you really want to see in Pibby?" Well, I was already going to have Adventure Time characters if it's going to be a thing because it was in the trailer. So Chowder, I guess, or Flapjack.
Chowder or Flap? Oh my, yeah. There you go. That'd be dope.
Edit Man saying, after watching Eternals, do you feel like Marvel should stop / take a break expanding after Phase 4? We did just have a whole big discussion, so
we did.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah.
Just rewind it, my guy. You'll see it, or just wait till the podcast is over and listen.
Yeah. Edit Man had another super chat testing things because super chats over $5 weren't working for some reason, but thank you anyway. Ignumber Prince asking, for those of you who have pets, if you switched lives with them for 24 hours, what would you do, and how would you annoy or show affection in your own way?
We switch put our brain in our pets.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel bad for my pet because he has a busted hind leg right now. He's getting surgery next week. So, yeah. So I would just be annoying just to have that. I guess. I mean, like if he's like fully healthy again, just run around on all four. It'd be cool to be that fast. That's all I'll say. Like just run around.
I have cats, so I just sleep.
Yeah. You just cats just sleep and eat. Just sleep and eat.
I would see what it's like to be able to jump like 7 or 8 times your height as a cat. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Don't take fall damage.
Right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's good shit.
Toon J asking to infinity and even further. Editman has a few here. Says, well, they wanted to take off the helmets for the clones to humanize them to feel them as humans.
If you I'm gonna just, if you need to see an actual face in order to feel empathy for somebody else, you have problems that need to be diagnosed. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. You got a tiny little pea brain that needs a little bit of work.
Editman asking, with the new Resident Evil movie coming out this month. Oh yeah, this coming out like Thanksgiving.
Oh god, you're right.
So what are your thoughts on the Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evil movies, if you've seen them? I thought the first one was okay, and the rest are horrible.
I only like the second one because of Nemesis, because I remember being a kid seeing that scene, and then like the scenes with Michael Epps, like they're so stupid, but they crack me up. He's just like, you motherfuckers is crazy. That motherfucker's got a rocket launcher. You're trying to shoot him like that. That shit like destroyed me. So like that movie, I will never stand up for a movie. It's bullshit. It is a shit film, but that is the only one that I would say like I can rewatch any time of day. Just like, okay, yeah, this is a stupid schlock fest. I'll watch this.
Oh yeah, Ryan says Encanto and Resident Evil are out the same day. Double feature.
Nice.
Edman says, but Tom, why stop what was working and making billions of dollars? Let's talk business, people. Just talking about the Marvel stuff. Yeah.
That's exactly why the world's going to shit, and your social security number will be sold as an NFT someday.
NFTs.
Brandon King saying Chris Pratt to play Luffy from One Piece in live action.
No. Silly.
All right, let me go to Twitter here.
I can't wait for Chris Pratt to voice Blue in Jurassic World.
I thought you were about to say Blue from freaking Foster's, and I was like, oh, that'd be fitting. Yeah, annoying.
From Enigma Prince on Twitter saying, for all of you as a whole, if you were make or form your own Suicide Squad, who would have what position, and most importantly, who would die first?
Suicide Squad? I mean, they already did a pretty good job with the movie. I mean, like, what do you mean, like, us as people? Like, in real life? Like, us as a... Saber's a leader. I'll give him that. And so, like, I just like being second... I'm the muscle of the group. That's all I am. Like, I will literally... Like, I just like to just go, where are we going? Okay, let's do this. And then, like, I can handle it. I mean, okay, Tom's the tech guy. Paleo's the smart one. Hero. Just Hero. He's that guy who gets shot in the second movie where he's just like, why was he still with us?
all we know is Draft dies first.
Yes, Draft dies, of course.
Also from Enigma Prince says, what is a book or video game that you felt had a bad or awful plot or story that you've seen or heard?
A book or video game? That has a bad or awful plot. I mean, like, there's so many books that just like it's silly. I mean, like, hell, if you want to get technical with it, like the whole thing in Stephen King's It, where like the kids had to do a certain thing, I was just like, I remember reading that and it was like, okay, I don't need to read this anymore. So
I mean, but I wouldn't say it's a terrible story overall. That was just a terrible scene. Video game with terrible plot. I mean,
there's like this book I was reading where like the main character, like he was like kind of a dick throughout like the whole first half of the book, and just like was just like treating people really shitty. But then the second half of his book, his son shows up and is like pretty chill. I think it's called The Bible. Yeah, really weird.
Oh wow!
I couldn't follow that story at all. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh god.
Major Mikazawa asking, since the live-action Cowboy Bebop show is about to come out on Netflix, I was wondering, are there any anime/video games that you hold so sacred that you would never want to see them remade in the live-action medium?
Berserk.
Like, well, Tom, I got news for you.
Like to the point you take a similar stance James Rolfe did on Ghostbusters 2016.
I mean, like, honestly, like, I'll say this. I genuinely do not think a Dragon Ball Z film would work in live action. Not for any of the fight scenes or any of that, but it's the hair. The hair is like an integral part of their characters. Like, you transform, your hair goes crazy, and you do that stuff like that. And I do not see that working at all in live action. Like, I don't without it being like drastic.
I'm trying to think. Because, like, my favorite anime is Madoka.
I think they could make a Madoka, but they would have to do like a live
because
action
like one of the things about that anime is that when they go into like those places with the witches, there's like a very specific aesthetic that they're showing in the art there, which would not translate in live action.
No.
Also, I would hate to see a live action Made in Abyss. That would be terrible.
Oh my god!
You get canceled. That film would get canceled. That film would give like Cuties controversy, make it look like fucking Barney by comparison. I don't know. It'd just be insane. Like, yeah, that's oh shit. And because I think honestly, the thing I look at for most of these films, and like not in like a big way, it's just like the hair, and also like again, like not trying to be like no racial here at all or anything like that, but like certain characters you see, and it's just like the way they're drawn, I just see that as like a white person, and like if they're not that way, then like people will say like, oh, it's not proper casting and stuff like that. But of course, there are other people who cast that way, and it's just like, oh yeah, it works completely well. But like, say if they did a Naruto movie, and Naruto is like, hey, I can't see it because he's blonde and got blue eyes and stuff like that, and it's just like, I just wouldn't be able to see. I like they have great shows and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm yeah, honestly, it's just hair stuff. Yeah, for me, it's hair stuff.
Nathaniel Foga asking, what's a game, show, or movie you guys are looking forward to next year? Jurassic World Dominion?
Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah, Spider-Verse 2 is definitely really high on my list.
There should be, for Jurassic World Dominion, there should be a trailer soon, because I saw Colin Trevorrow on Twitter, like, posting things saying, like, oh yeah, we're finishing up, like, sound on the film. So, we should get a trailer, like, fairly soon, either this month or next month.
Oh, I can't wait to see that dragon.
It's not gonna be a dragon.
Okay, yeah, keep saying that. Okay.
Let's see. Santos Celine asking, are there characters people find attractive that you don't see the appeal? Example, Perfect Cell. He has a cool face sculpt and a voice, I guess.
You see people who find attractive, or
people find Cell attractive?
Oh yeah, they find Perfect Cell hot as fuck. Oh. There are tons of people who like think Cell is dude. There are so many women I've met who are like thirsty over Perfect Cell. Like they just think he's like the hottest fucking thing ever. And so I was just like, okay. And then like I saw a female version of Perfect Cell, and it's just like, oh, I understand now. I understand. Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, so I guess visually, a person I find attractive that other people don't find attractive. I mean. I'm a degenerate, so there's so many to choose from. Like, I think Melina's hot. I think She-Venom's hot. I think like there's just like characters out there. It's just like I don't know. I think it's for me, as Tom would say, I'm hetero-severe. So like that's my problem.
Hetero-severe.
Yeah, that's my problem. So I have a problem. Whereas like if you have like a woman like an hourglass body and like thick thighs, big tits, and nice ass, then like most of the time I'm just gonna be attracted. Like that's just me.
Jax is attracted to actual hourglass.
Actual
hourglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to stick my tongue in that sand. Fucking hate playing Scrabble with me. Just fucking.
All right. Well, that's all the super chats and all the questions that were on Twitter. So, let's see. Next podcast will be on the 22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be before Thanksgiving. So yeah.
Yep. Right before Thanksgiving. Because that'll be that Thursday.
Yes. The Sid group.
All right. Well, we'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.